Alright, ladies and gentlemen, Fabs in the house, and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm in the house with a wee knife, Skreech, here with me for a review, and we're gonna analyze the look, the sound, and the feel of this bad boy right here. But hey, don't forget to like the video, leave me a comment down below, subscribe to the channel. You can also check out my website at fablades.com or my Instagram at Fablades, and let me know down below in the comments what you guys think about that. So let's go ahead and see how big this guy is, because this is not a huge knife. You see, like the cutting edge of this one is going to be 3.2 inches with a 4.25 inch long handle, and overall length is going to be 7.5 inches. Let's see this guy, how he's comparing up against Ontario Rat number 1 and Ontario Rat number 2. Look at that, it's right in the middle, and it is a good sign when it's in between these two guys. Pretty much the same size of a bug out from Benchmade, of course bigger than the mini bug out, as you can see from this perspective right here. Let's also check out the Spyderco Paramilitary 2 big boy. Of course, compared to that and the Para 3, it's more like a comparable size, even if a little bit smaller than the Skreech. I want to show you also this guy, which I happen to have here, TRM, that is the Atom in a DLC coating. Coated blade, and here you got yourself a nice Chris Reeve Knives large Sebenza 21 with the little brother small Sebenza 21, and you can see pretty much right again in the middle. Another beauty over here, you have Holt Bladeworks Spectre Prestige and Holt Bladeworks Haptic, also Prestige, which is pretty much in the same realm of the Skreech. The Spectre is a little bit bigger. Also, I want to show you another couple blades which I love. This is Neon by Shirogorov Custom Division, Neon NL, and another custom division. Here you got yourself the Quantum by Shirogorov Custom Division 2. Also, I want to show you this new acquisition because it's just happened to be in the house, and this is the BBM Nick Chuprin Robert Carter collaboration. Look at that, it is a beauty. But yeah, we are in another ballpark from this guy. You probably need like 6 of these to get one of those. But anyways, we're here to talk about this guy, Butch Ball designed this knife over here. This is the Skreech, and it's made in China by We Knives. It's a titanium frame lock. It has a very, very cool looking design when deployed. I like this arching overall. I like the dimple over here, kind of like harpooning, and I mean all the lines are like spot on, very, very nailed, designed, I think. It's great. Yeah, it's a great knife because it's all stone washed, all grayed out, titanium frame lock, stone washed, of course. You got this line over here, like an indentation going on this side only, not on the down below, and symmetrical on the lock side. And then you've got, of course, like your Wii logo. It's inside, like on the pivot, which is keyed in, so not spinning, and that's pretty good. You got also some chamfering going on all around the perimeter and on the inside, but there's no internal skeletonization. There's no milling on the inside, so that's going to reflect a little bit on the weight. We're going to check that in a second, but overall 2D milling for these scales over here. 3 finger grooves, 1, 2, 3. Nicely designed, finger guard acting, flipper tab. So it's a very, very well designed knife. Also in the back you can appreciate like a very long, nicely done, integrated with the scales, like at this point back spacer, titanium stone washed, reaching up to the end and protecting the tip of the blade, which shows perfect centering, and of course you can't snag it by any means. Also the overall look when closed kind of reminds me like of a Hinder Eclipse, more or less, kind of like the shape of the handle, but a little bit, but it's looking good, I have to say. You got the flipper tab sticking out with some jimping, good for the push button and light switch deploying methods, so pretty good to go. Not too much sticking out, also because you have this kind of like belly over here, which is, you see, protecting, like, and pretty much having it on the same line of this the back of the handle. You've got T8 Torx bit screws for the handle screws and for the pivot screw, which is keyed in, as I said, only on this side. And also you got like yourself a nice pivot collar, domed, sticking out just a tad, nothing too obnoxious. Super easy and straightforward disassembly. You can also check my video to see how to take care and maintain this fella over here. Then you got right there stainless steel lock face insert to reduce lock stick, screwed in from the outside with some integrated lock bar stabilizer right built in into the insert. Very, very cool. You got an external lock bar relief, nicely done. It reminds me like some Lee Williams knives with these 3 grooves. Pretty cool. Ceramic detent ball. You got a nicely milled titanium tip-up carry only, not reversible pocket clip with some nice springy tension and a good ramp, so it works actually decently. I'm surprised because the you see the ramp is a little bit steep, so it's not perfect, but still pretty good. You then have the blade, which is a fantastic design. I love the this dimple here for the thumb. The jimping is a little bit too much recessed, so it's not that useful. There's not much function in jimping going on. It's a little bit, yeah, you can, but it's gonna mostly work because of this harpoon kind of style. You see, like thumb ramp kind of thing going on over here, so it's just gonna stop your thumb, and that's where you get some precision into the working. And then you got the chamfered, you see it's not really crowned, it's just chamfered spine over here up to this point where the flat ends meets the end of the chamfer, and then it goes down to the tip of the blade with a nice belly and recurve edge up to the sharpening choil, which is not really acting as a finger choil unless you have tiny fingers, but I wouldn't use it because it's sharp till the end. Very minimal billboarding, kept only on the back, so clean show side. I love that. Stonewash finished, flat grind, pretty tall flats, oblique plunge grind. It's very nicely done. You just have the Ball Custom Knives logo here in the back, and just a little bit of writing to mention that this blade steel is CPM 20 20V, sorry, steel. And let's quickly check the thickness of this stock. It's going to be 0.158 inches, so not too shabby. And the thickness behind the edge, let me see, sorry, right over here, it's going to be 0.019, so not too shabby. It's all right. It's a pretty good, it's a pretty decent thickness behind the edge, nothing too crazy here. And then you see you have nice chamfering going on also around this area here in the flipper tab. But what is like the thing that I like the most about this knife is the opening sound, because it sounds like a whip cracking. Hear this, guys. This is fantastic for a knife like in the $200 range. Having this sound, oof, it means it's nicely done, very well constructed. You have the stop pin is integrated in the blade. In fact, you can see the track right down below, and boom, when the spin hits that scale, this is what happens. It just produces a very nice percussive and piercing, resounding and deep and very, very nice clack. When you close the knife, it's just like a ting. It's just like a little cling, very subdued. Boom. When you flip it open, ooh, you know you're in business, and it's just letting everybody know that the blade is deployed. Really, really cool. Let's quickly check the weight. on this fella, because yeah, the lack of internal skeletonization is gonna reflect a little bit, not too crazy. That's like 4.62 ounces, so yeah, it's not like a champion of lightness, but still it's kind of like doable. Also the feel in the hand is pretty good. There's not really any hot spots. I mean, this area here, it's not like super comfy, but if you just squeeze it a lot, so overall it's gonna be pretty good. Nice dimple here, nice thumb ramp. This guy, it's pretty good, like acting as a finger guard. Reverse grip, not so much because it's little small, at least for my hands, handle. But yeah, you got see a nice cutout here to actually access the lock bar. You need to jam your finger a little bit. You see, there's no, it's not protruding the lock bar, so you have just to, you know, make your way down like this way to access this area here. It's okay, nothing too crazy. It's not perfect, but still. Also, like, what feels really good is like the solidity, because this huge backspacer, it's not making the scales flex by a micrometer. There's no movement whatsoever. Feels absolutely sturdy. Very, very good. And also doesn't really feel slippery, even if the surface is pretty smooth. I mean, it's stone wash, but these grooves and the conformation and the grooves on the handle are actually making this handle feel solid and not going anywhere, and pretty stable in your hand. Fit and finish is classic of Wii, so nothing to say. Pretty flush all around. Blade is centered. There is no blade play, no lock rock. It's well put together, guys. There's no issues whatsoever. No lock stick, no finger soreness. The sound, oh, it's just fantastic. You got a little bit of a stiff clip tension over here, but it's all right. You got bearings running under the hood, of course, which are you see, they are contributing to have this pretty fast and snappy deployment of the blade. Really, really cool. Indeed, you don't have any detent ball ramp. You're gonna feel a little bit of a hard step going on right there, but overall, this nice. It's pretty smooth in the opening. Push button, light switch. No issues whatsoever. You can like look. It's pretty good. It's so satisfactory. Except you see, like, the blade just wants to fall as soon as you disengage the lock bar, but there's no guillotine effect. You just gonna have to wiggle a little bit. Nothing too crazy, or nothing not to sleep at night. I mean, this is a pretty good knife, looking very good. Love the blade shape, great ergos. It's lacking a little bit of jimping and maybe the area over here, and the clip is not like the best, but I mean, overall, for the price, it's a pretty decent knife. So there you have it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned.